So the data warehouses we are talking about, these are designed in 2000s, I would just sum in 2010s as well, and designed and built using legacy tool sets, sometimes even hand coded. They were designed for a different day and age. They were designed for the kind of data streams that they had, and very rigid. So that pattern was already there, because there is increasing pressure from business to ingest online sources and have a unified view. So there was a pressure, and there was already a trend to move to cloud. And then pandemic hit, and we saw what happened. And actually, Kent went into details about what happened at the time. We saw a definite absurd, almost like when we used to get like 25-30% of use cases for this one. Now suddenly we see that there's a deluge of legacy modernization use cases. So that is happening, and it is happening across the board. It is not specific to one vertical. I would say pretty much all the verticals, from healthcare to financial services, to software services, to even nonprofits. So pretty much everyone is going in that direction. And also it is agnostic to, I would say, even size of the company. We are seeing Fortune 500, of course, then even SMBs. That space is also, we are seeing a lot of activity in that space.
Yeah, I think obviously the offerings have evolved over the last decade. Certainly, Snowflake, AWS, Azure, all of the offerings that these companies have evolved and grown to encompass and support more use cases than they did initially. And as Jay was saying, we see because of the flexibility of the cloud and the general cost model of sort of a utilization model, it allows very small companies to get in. Like he mentioned nonprofits. A lot of nonprofits, they don't have an IT staff, but they need to do data analytics. And they've been doing it in spreadsheets and emailing spreadsheets around the world to people to do it. Well, now they can go and they can build something in the cloud that they can share. And again, the pandemic, if it taught us nothing else, is that there's a lot more work that could be done virtually than anybody ever really believed. Some of us knew it all along, but it took some convincing. And as Cohen said, some people still aren't convinced, but for a small company, there's a lot of cost savings in being able to do something like that and have the data centralized. But it allows you to scale all the way up, though, to the Fortune 10, to the absolute largest companies in the world that are global. And the cloud offerings have evolved to the point that now we can share data across the globe and through different regions and have it governed in accordance with the local regulations, like GDPR. When GDPR came out, there was a lot of angst about, how are we going to deal with this in the cloud? Surely this is going to violate all the GDPR rules. Well, it hasn't. The offerings evolved to be able to, build applications that were compliant with GDPR. In the United States, we had HIPAA for healthcare and PCI for financial. And while those concerns were there initially, the security certifications took care of that. And people got to see, we can, because, Jay mentioned healthcare, right? This is truly vertical agnostic, where, financial services was very reluctant till a couple of big financial services companies went to the cloud. And then it became a competitive advantage for them, which meant everybody else had to do it. And then healthcare companies, again, they were reluctant until they were convinced that the data is protected, and in fact is often protected better than it is on-prem. But the other change coming along was, and Jay sort of referred to this, is the change in the pattern of data utilization. In the healthcare industry, we're talking about just-in-time streaming medical data that can literally make the difference between life and death. Well, that could not be accommodated on-prem.